Hi there, I'm Jeffrey Schmidt at Jeffrey Schmidt Music, and today I have a bass guitar review for you. The bass guitar that I have for you today is my Sire P5 5-string bass, 2nd gen. So let's take a look at what we have here. It is a very nice bass indeed. It has a roasted maple fretboard and neck with a gloss finish on the headstock and on the fretboard. It has a smooth satin finish on the back of the neck, rolled fretboard edges. It has a retro style P-style pickup with a volume knob and a tone knob, a standard retro style bridge, which is pretty decent, and the ability also to string through, which I have done. Retro style tuners, and a Sire Marcus Miller metal plate with a bolt-on neck, a tummy cut here. So I wanted to let you know that I have done 2 other videos on this bass. The first video of which was an unboxing and first impressions video. And I also did a second video including this bass, which was a shootout between this Sire bass and my other Sire bass, which is a P7 first generation 4-string bass. So what's missing from those videos that I could include here? The first thing that I didn't do in those other 2 videos was to roll off the tone knob. So I wanted to give you a couple samples of that in this video. And also in those other 2 videos, I didn't include any slap sounds. So I'll also be doing that here in this video. So let's move on to those audio samples then. now that you've heard how this bass sounds in my intro song, now you've seen the bass and we've gone over the specs. I've told you about the other videos that I made about this bass. I presented some new audio samples for this video as well. So let's go over my opinion of this bass. First of all, I think that it might be the best value guitar that I've bought yet. I'm not sure. But one thing that's really nice about this bass is that it really has a great feel and it really makes you want to play it more. And that's always just a win, especially at the price that this bass goes for. On the other hand, I do find it slightly heavy. It is not a light bass. On the Sire USA site, you can get the exact weights in their frequently answered questions. It is, of course, slightly heavier than my P7. And the fact that it has a wide neck, of course, adds to that weight, in addition to the fact that it does have 5 strings and 5 tuners, etc. On the other hand, that wide neck does make it a nice bass for fingerstyle and slap. The string spacing is just slightly less than on my P7, but almost as wide. So if you're a fingerstyle player or into slap, you should have no problem managing, even if the string spacing is maybe a millimeter tighter than on the P7. Satin back of the neck is really a delight, a real pleasure to play. The neck is very smooth as well as the fretboard. On the other hand, the strings that come stock with this, which are D'Addario light nickel strings, I did confirm that with a Sire representative. They sound good, but they are a little bit floppy, especially the low B string. I had to give a little bit more relief to the neck and also raise the lower B string on the bridge, as I mentioned in my first impressions video. In order to be more satisfied with the strings that are on there, I'm hesitating, maybe I will change them soon. I still haven't changed the stock strings. Like I said, they sound pretty good. But the low B string at a sort of compromise point where the action is maybe a little higher than I would like, but at the same time, if I hit the low B string really hard, it starts flapping a lot against the fretboard. So I haven't totally decided how I'm going to manage that long term, whether I'm going to get thicker strings. Of course, in terms of look, especially the neck and the headstock has a beautiful glossy finish on it that I think is just really pleasing to the eye and makes for really nice playing. The rolled fretboard feels really great. Again, just adds the impression of a classiness. As you heard in the samples, the tone knob has a really wide range so that you can take this bass from a fairly trebly or bright sounding bass. Maybe that's a little exaggerated, but to me in some contexts it does sound almost bright with the tone all the way up. But you can also roll the tone way back and have it sound really fat and warm, which is really nice, especially for a classic P bass like this that has so few controls. And also the knobs themselves seem to be of very good quality. They feel really nice as well. No crackling, no buzzing, just feels solid. And so this bass as well, it could have a little bit more in terms of the sub frequencies, I think. That's one minor lacking of this bass. So certainly if you're into modern styles that require a lot of the sub frequencies in a bass, this might not be the bass for you. Also, I want to mention that the retro placement of the input jack on the front of the bass is somewhat annoying, as it tends to collide when I have a cord inserted with my floor stand. I tend to have a floor stand around in my home studio, and after a take I like to put the bass or the guitar that I'm using down on the stand, and the cord sticks out right where one of the arms underneath the floor stand comes out to sort of hold the bass, which is fairly annoying. I'll try to put up a photo now so you can see. So I have to kind of put the bass crooked in the stand, which is a little annoying. So would I recommend this bass? Absolutely. I think it's a great bass as long as it fits the requirements. It's somewhat of a retro sounding bass, of course. It doesn't have the fattest, most modern sounding low B string in the world. And yet, at the same time, for a retro style P bass, I think you can still make it sound pretty fat. You'll be the judge of that. Let me know below what you think. So if you're looking for a retro style P bass, I would definitely recommend the P5. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video or you got something out of it, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to watch more videos on home recording, on music in general, on guitars, on basses, on keyboards, on vocals, on microphones, all of the gear that we like to use around the home studio, please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I also do shootouts, audio samples. You can check my channel to get a better idea of what type of videos I produce. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you a great day.